Hello, Keystone Algebra students. In this video, we are going to be continuing our look at different data displays, and we're going to focus on line graphs and on scatter plots. Right? These are additional ways that we can show data, and most of the time when we use these, they're going to keep our true data in place. Okay, so the first thing is a line graph shows the change over time. Right? A double line graph is a great way that we can compare how things are changing. We'll be able to see which one's growing faster, which one's having the biggest increase. Again, all of these, the purpose of any sort of data display is to make a prediction. Just because we think it may happen, it does not mean for sure that it will happen. So look at the first one here. We have a double line graph. So this is comparing the sale of tire sales. The dotted line represents store A. The solid line represents store B. And we want to look at how many tires are being sold at each place. And what we're going to look for is in 2009, what's going to be the gap between these two lines. So to do that, we are going to look for a pattern, right? So we have the years 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, and we want to make a guess at what's going to happen in 2009. And we are going to compare store A and store B. Okay, so store A in 2004 appears to be at 15,000 tires, and store B appears to be at 12,000 tires. In 2005, we're going to be at 17,000 tires for store A and roughly 12,500 tires for store B. Notice it's not quite in the middle, it's about a quarter of the way, so that's why I'm saying 12,500. Then we are going to go to 19,000 and then 13,000. And 2007, we are going to be at 21,000 tires. And for store A and for store B, we're going to be just about at 13,500. And then in 2008, we end up at 400. And then here we end up at 23,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a pattern. So in store A, we notice that the increase appears to be about 2,000 tires each time. So our prediction for store A is going to be 25,000. And for store B, it appears to be increasing roughly 500 each time. So our prediction here is going to be 14,500. So now it wants to know how many more tires will store A sell than store B. So what we're going to have to do is take store A, which is 25,000, and subtract store B, which is 14,500, to get our total number of tires to be 10,500 tires more. Okay? So moving on to the next example, this is just going to be creating a double line graph. So I'm going to do station 1 in green, and I am going to do station 2 in red. You can use a solid and a dashed line, however you want to set it up. Okay, so in July, we're going to be at 4.7, which is a little bit up here. Oops. We're going to be at 4.7. In August, we're going to be at 3.7. And as we're drawing the dots, we're just going to connect them each time. In September, we're going to be in 3.2, which is roughly halfway between. In October, we're going to be at 3.4 again, which is going to be right about here. In November, we're going to jump all the way up to 5. And then in December, we're going to be at 5.3, which is right here. Okay, at station 2, we're going to do the exact same thing and just plot the points. So in July, we're going to be at 6.2. And we're going to stay at 6.2 for the next month. And then in September, we're going to go to 5.6. And then we're going to, in October, we'll be down at 3.1. November, we're going to be back up at 5. and then we finish up in December at 5.3, which is right about there. Okay, so that just kind of shows the general trends. Notice that the station 2 is mostly higher, but in October, that's when it has the biggest decrease. And in the blue one, it tends to stay pretty steady. Okay, so you can now go on and watch the next video on how we are going to use scatter plots.